Hello YouTubers! It is today March the 1st, 2015, and I've just been watching the last competitions in the World Championships in cross-country skiing in Falun. Of course you can't do anything about the Norwegians, so anyway, other than admire them. Although yesterday it was the record fair at Solna. I've been there many times for many record fairs at Solna Hallen, and but usually I miss the record fair that's arranged at this time of year because I am most years I've been out traveling up north at this time of year, but not this time. My view on record fairs is this: I think they are very fun to go to, and I often find lots of interesting records. Although I never go there the first 2 or 3 hours before they open because there's so many people there, which is good, of course. It's very good that these record fairs keep attracting record buyers, but you really have to wait for your time to actually find some sort of record to check, or some record to be able to get to the records, because there are so many other people around there, and you can never really explore the record crates peacefully, because there's always somebody else who wants to take a peek in the same crate that you're exploring. So nevertheless, it was fun, and I got hold of a nice little pile here that I'm going to show you. So, well, let's start. I think we have two main themes of my findings this time. And the first theme is Japanese pressings. I found some interesting Japanese pressings. They are, of course, known as the best ones, although I haven't really listened to them yet, so I can't say if these are good, but I will as soon as possible. The first one is Electric Light Orchestra. What's it called? Face the Music? I can't really. It's called Face the Music. Anyway, this is. I found many interesting Japanese pressings, but mainly of records that I already have, and that I felt, well, do I really need another copy, even if it's a good Japanese pressing? Not at this moment, anyway. So, but I didn't have this Electric Light Orchestra album. I think it's called Face the Music. I may be wrong here, but the OBI strip is covering the title, so I can't read it. But it's on United Artists Jet label, and it's from 1975, I think. Although I'm not sure. This is probably, well, most likely a later pressing. Another album. This is a bit of a. I wasn't really sure what I got here, but I know I've seen this album before, and I've heard about Enoch Light, mainly that he's been an arranger on many records. But I found this Spaced Out Enoch Light, in which we have Moog synthesizers and the common hits of the day. I think this is from the late 1960s. It's on the Project 3 Total Sound Stereo label, and Enoch Light was very keen on making recordings that accentuated the stereo effect, that you could hear the stereo effect between the two speakers. I haven't listened to this yet, but I think I've heard a couple of tracks from it in well, other times, maybe on YouTube, or maybe on. I think this is a record that's quite popular among those who like to sample. So I was intrigued to find this, and I will have a great listen to it later. I haven't listened to any of these records yet, because after I got home, we went to the movies, to the cinema, to see a great movie called Whiplash. Of course, those of you who are into music and movies, you are well familiar with this movie, and it's a remarkable movie, scary and remarkable, and yeah, thought-provoking as well. Okay, back to the Japanese pressings. Here we have the third one, and I was very happy to find this one. It's the Allman Brothers Band, and I think it's their first album. It's on the Capricorn label, and anyway, I've been looking for this album for many years, even if I haven't been looking for a Japanese pressing, but now I got that, and I'm very happy. I think this is truly great music. They were a truly great band. And Fillmore East, one of the best albums of all time. So happy to find it. Victor Musical Industries Incorporated. Right. Then I found some sort of, I wouldn't call it bootleg, but it's, I don't know if it's a really really official release. It's an but it is on the American Recordings label. Johnny Cash, and it's called American Rarities, Heart of Gold, and we have many outtakes and live versions of songs, and recorded well between 1986 to, well, it doesn't really say, but I guess up until the end. So was happy to find this. Alright, and then I talked about two themes of the records I found during my record fair this year, and the first one was Japanese pressing, and the other one is Pink Floyd, since I got a hold of some interesting Pink Floyd issues and pressings, and they were quite cheap too, so I don't know the quality of them, but the seller that I bought them from has often sold me quite interesting pressings during the years. I don't know where he's from. I think he's from Germany maybe, but I don't know his name, and but I recognize him, and I recognize his records, and they were quite cheap too for being a record fair. First we have this one, Saucerful of Secrets, Pink Floyd, like this. One of the official albums that I didn't have, although I am not sure this is some sort of, well, it is on Columbia and it's a German pressing, but I don't know how official it is. It has the Columbia label, blue Columbia label, but looks fine. Don't know if it sounds fine. I will listen to it later. Then we have some more semi-legal, semi-official issues. We have, let's see now, Let There Be More Light, BBC radio sessions 1968 to 69. It has the Columbia label here, although the actual label doesn't say Columbia, it says Swinging Dog Records. So I guess it's some sort of bootleg, but it looks very well made. And if the recordings are taken from BBC radio, then I'm sure the sound is very good on these. So and this is material from Top Gear. Yeah, no, not the car program, the pop program of the 1960s on BBC in the 1968 and 1969. And it's a German pressing. Then we have this that I don't really know what it is. It's Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast, Pink Floyd, December 22, Sheffield City Hall, Sheffield. I don't really know what to make of this, but it seems to be some sort of weird live performance. It's close your eyes as you listen to side one and try to picture what the audience saw on stage that night in December 1970. Eggs beaten and fried on stage. And what do you think he's going to do with the sugar? Pour it all into the cup? Question mark. So Pink Floyd, they could be rather trippy sometimes. So I guess this is one of the trippier moves. Just check the album sleeve here. And then finally, oh yeah, this is on, what's this, on red label? Yeah, this is on nice red vinyl as well. Does it matter? I just like colored vinyl. And speaking about colored vinyls, we have the the complete sessions of the album, the soundtrack of the movie Zabriskie Point, and that was what's this called? Antonioni's, the follow-up movie to Blow Up. Blow Up was a great success. Zabriskie Point was a total failure, but we have 2 records with a soundtrack with music from the movie. One of them has blue, nice blue vinyl like that, and the other has red vinyl, and we have some sort of limited edition 500 copies, and they are both numbered. So that's what I found at Solna this time, and today I mainly look for these odd things because I have so many records already, and so these are mainly the things I look for these days. Anyway, it was fun. Lots of people there, lots of records changing owner, and that's of course very good. So well, I hope some of you might have found this video somewhat interesting. Bye for now.